allocated. Not sure how that's possible with 16 gigs of RAM. I'm literally just streaming Dota, but whatever. That's why you should use Firefox when you stream. Seems like AoN just grew their lead a bit further now and going for Roshan. Might just try to end after this. If you have a look at the net worth, Drow Ranger has as much farm, more farm than two of the enemy carries combined, and Vengeful Spirit dies trying to get some wards down. Gets de-warded anyway. Yeah, Amazon's definitely backed into a corner here. There should be game AoN. Let's see what happens. Amazon's gonna try their luck one more time. Centaur Warrunner stunning the Necrophos, gets initiated upon, drops to half HP. Vengeful Spirit swaps the Doom, and in the end, nothing really happens. Except AoN get its out. Good swap from Vengeful Spirit. Drow Ranger has the Aegis and a Hurricane Piker. And a lot of ults expended onto the Templar Assassin. Templar Assassin dies. Centaur Warrunner dropping pretty low. Monkey King dropping pretty low. Both of them should die. And yeah, Monkey King does die. The Winter Wyvern heal proves not to be enough. Lapis Lazuli dies as well. And Crashby is the last one left standing. Templar Assassin actually getting chased at the moment. Templar Assassin is on buyback at the moment, so she is gonna lose that. She dies now. AoN doesn't have detection on them at the moment, but I'm guessing Doom's just gonna wait for his W to go off cooldown. Oh, that's gonna happen. Okay. Very well played from AoN. Going for the second set of racks at the moment. And I think Amazons can't stop them at the moment. AoN just too far ahead with net worth, too far ahead with items. Probably outdrafted Amazons quite a bit, which is why we see the steamroll. Okay, Winter Wyvern ult used into the Necrophos. Doesn't kill the Necrophos, and Centaur Warrunner dies after Batrider ults him. Winter Wyvern dropping pretty low. Winter Wyvern's gonna die, and Crashby using a stun on the Batrider, not really gonna amount too much. She does die, and Monkey King just trying to escape at the moment. Actually turning a bit on the Necrophos before realizing that it's not gonna be enough. And I mean, this should be a GG call. Yes, GG well played. Very well played AoN. They took control of the early game and then just used that advantage to steamroll from there. Well played AoN. Very well played. It's important to note that AoN have been practicing quite a bit, and it's good to see them doing well. Hard work pays off.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
And it's also good to see that the delay is actually active at the moment, which, if that wasn't so, would have been pretty sad, because then I would have had to cover the minimap. I have to check if they're gonna play another game. Okay. Okay, it seems like they are gonna play another game. Para is spectating a game. Don't know if that's our game or someone else's game is spectating. Meow. Yeah, I'm just waiting for game 2 at the moment. Should be interesting. Let's see how Fusion adapts. See if they can overcome the strat that AoN did to them the previous game, and let's see if AoN can do what they did the previous game again, and if they could maybe even improve upon what they did the first time. This time I'm actually here to cast the bans and the picks from the start, so... Okay, Batrider immediately banned from Amazon's Fusion. Skihound's Batrider just too good for Amazon's, and or nothing banning Abaddon for the second time now. I wonder if Amazon picks Abaddon and that is why they banned that hero, or nothing also banning Razor for the second time. Yeah, bit of a pattern going, maybe just doing what worked the first time, exactly the same bans, Abaddon, Razor, Viper, exactly the same bans, and Amazon Fusions has banned Oracle again, but this time they banned Batrider and Drow Ranger as well. The bans came through pretty quickly. It was quite difficult to keep up with, but we made it. And first pick for Amazon is Lion. Pretty solid support pick. Actually one of the supports that has the ability to steamroll if you let him, which is pretty nice. And or nothing picking Doom again. It's a very often picked pick for or nothing. It's pretty core for their lineup. I would suggest banning that rather. And they do pick the Earth Shaker this game, which is interesting since Earth Spirit was open for the picking. Maybe Ramzid a bit bored of playing Earth Spirit, wanting to try something else. Earthshaker should be quite a strong roamer this game, as it is Ramsey who's playing Earthshaker and
Dire team
he
back.
loves roaming. Amazon's Fusion, nice pick. Undying. This has the potential to be an extremely good pick. Like, they had some trouble winning laning stage previous game, and this is the perfect pick if you want to win laning stage.
10
So
seconds
I'd say it
remaining.
was a pretty good pick from them. And now they have a
5
ban
seconds
available
remaining.
to them. Who are they going to ban?
Radiant team
Probably
ban.
they do ban Medusa
Dire team
again.
back.
Not very fond of the idea of a Medusa pick. And or nothing respect bans the Monkey King, not wanting the Monkey King to be in Nicky's hands. Fusion has a pick here, and they might try to pick a carry now if they are afraid it's
10
gonna get banned. A
seconds
carry
remaining.
like,
Team back.
oh sorry, it's a ban, my bad. The UI is glitching out a bit. I think it's a ban now for, yeah, it's a ban now for All or Nothing. And All or Nothing, I don't really know who they would want to ban. Maybe Lina would be good again. But
Radiant team pick.
yeah, okay, Lifestealer is pretty good. If you're not gonna pick Lifestealer, it's good to ban that hero. Okay, now they have a pick. Who are they going to pick? Let me guess. They might go for like Ursol Slog already, just so it doesn't get banned or picked by the other team.
10
Or they
seconds remaining.
might go for like a hard support now.
5 seconds
Probably
remaining.
gonna go for support. Maybe Wyvern. Wyvern, maybe. Is that Grimstroke? Maybe some type of support. Let me see what supports there are. Okay, so maybe they want to have some fun and pick Rubik. Disruptor's pretty good. They don't really pick Disruptor though, so I'm gonna guess Venge. Venge is my final guess. They are running pretty late into the reserve time now for seemingly no reason. I don't think Amazon's banned one of All or Nothing's heroes, except if they wanted to pick Morphling, which I know Kyo does from time to
Dire
time,
team
but
pick.
I didn't think they wanna. Oh, they do pick the carry now, so it's a Juggernaut. That's gonna be a Kyo Juggernaut. Should be fun to see him play Juggernaut. Doesn't play him. He plays him a lot, but not as often as his other carries. So,
Radiant team pick.
and Timbersaw pick. Timbersaw pretty good against physical damage. If he's gonna lane against Juggernaut. Yeah, it's not that good of a combo, but maybe they have a very good. Maybe they have a very
10
good
seconds remaining.
Timbersaw player. Then it doesn't really matter
5
who you're playing
seconds
against. AoN running into the reserve time again. They should pick a support now, I'm guessing, since they already picked
Dire
2
team
carries,
pick.
except if they literally last pick support. Okay, so Disruptor, interesting. That should work well with the callback, the glimpse. Disruptor is one of those heroes where you can actually like build him pretty much anyway. You can max Q, W, E first. Okay, E
10
would be pretty
seconds
weird to
remaining.
rush first, but like pretty
5
much you can
seconds
just
remaining.
pick whatever spell and it should be good. But I'm guessing he's going to probably max Glimpse first and get 1 level in E. Amazon's Fusion also running into reserve time here. Trying to decide what they want to pick. They already picked 2 supports and an offlaner. And they should then pick a mid or a safe lane now. They're gonna want something that's good against Juggernauts and Doom. I'm not sure that thing exists. Yeah, this is difficult. I understand why they're running into reserve time at the moment, to be honest. This is a pretty difficult pick. They might pick Ember Spirit or Gyrocopter. I'm not sure because all the good ones are already banned. I would have said Morphling, but Morphling is banned. They banned it, and Lifestealer is banned. I might have to pick the carry first, last, and then go for the mid now. So mid, if they pick mid, they can pick something a little bit more solid like Alina or something like that.
Radiant team back.
Faceless Void.
Okay, Faceless Void. It's pretty good. If they get something mid that synchronizes well with Faceless Void, that should be a pretty good draft. I'm not too sure about the Timbersaw though, but I mean, anything's possible.
10 seconds remaining. 5
AoN
seconds
running
remaining.
down the ban timer a bit. Not exactly sure whether they want to ban. They might ban Lina again. I think Lina's a pretty good ban, or except if they want to pick it. I think if they don't want to ban it, they're gonna pick it. Good ban Quap. Good ban.
Dire team back.
Yeah. So Lina's banned again, and Amazons. Who are you gonna ban? Yeah, they have a bit of a lack in disable. Or not really, but I think they might want to ban the Storm Spirits or even Death Prophet. Pretty good ban.
10 seconds remaining.
Actually, Necrophos is a good ban since
5 seconds
Undying has a lot of
remaining.
HP. Timbersaw is tanky as well. So Necrophos will mount Amazons. I think they should probably ban Necrophos, but they're gonna take their time to think about it a bit.
Dire team.
Let's see, what did they ban? They banned Invoker. I don't think AoN would have picked Invoker. But yeah, let's see. I think AoN's probably gonna pick Necrophos again, except if Baron is bored of Necrophos, then he might play like Death Prophet or Quap,
10 seconds remaining.
just to do
Radiant
something
team
differently, or
pick.
Puck.
Skywrath Mage.
Skyroth Mage. Nice. So is that a... Yeah, I think that's a mid Skyroth Mage. So that does combo very well with the Faceless Void, and they are probably going to try and set that up together.
Ten seconds remaining.
Amazons, I
5
think you can
seconds
see them a
remaining.
bit like struggling to interpret exactly what they should do against AoN after the previous game. They're trying to go a bit more for the early game now. They might have overdone the early game quite a bit, but at least they're trying something differently. I think they should have gotten a bit more of a solid off laner. I think the rest of their picks are pretty good, but they should have had like maybe a Centaur War Runner again on the off lane, or just not... I don't think Timbersaw is a good pick this game because AoN has a lot of magical damage, and AoN still has the Necrophos pick available if they do decide to pick it.
Templar
And
Assassin.
Templar
Now
Assassin.
select your heroes.
Okay, cool. So that's going to be an interesting mid matchup. Templar Assassin versus Skyroth Mage. I don't know who wins that actually. I think Templar should edge Skyroth Mage a little bit when it comes to the mid lane. And nice sets all round again, except for the Lion, no offense. Lapis Lazuli's, it's because the Lion hasn't been picked yet. I think everyone's waiting for Lapis Lazuli to pick here. She might be trolling a bit. It's a pretty cool Templar Assassin set. on Baron
10
Biceps.
seconds remaining.
Okay, nice. Wow, that's like every immortal in the game. Just kidding. There's like 100 now, probably more. Let's see, who are the MVP Euros this game? Is that what you call it? It's pretty cool that they added that feature where it shows like basically who is the scariest Euro this game according to like win percentage and stuff like that. Ooh, Disruptor on Ramzid and the Lion. So the two supports shining through. Shows you supports win games. Okay, so those are the two statistically best heroes this game. Everyone, literally everyone spamming their taunts. AoN, bit more focused, they don't use taunts.
Oh, that's nice.
AoN, they might try to contest the bottom rune again. Well, not they contest the safe lane rune again. Pretty much the same ward has been placed here by the Skyroth mage as she did the previous game. I think it's gonna be a fun mid matchup. We should keep an eye on Templar Assassin and Skyroth mage in the middle lane. And no one aggressing onto the runes, everyone deciding maybe not, let's just take what's ours and let them take what's theirs, and yeah, pretty standard stuff. Nice block from Templar Assassin, pretty much as good as you can hope for. And some harassment coming through onto the Skyroth mage already. This is exactly not what he wants if you're Skyroth mage. You don't want the Templar Assassin side blades to hit you the entire time. As you can see, Nikki already dropping to like 30% HP, that is. And already has to eat her own tree.
For the temple.
Which is a very good start for Baron Biceps. Very nice harassment from Baron there. And bottom lane, let's quickly have a look at the last hits. Yeah, pretty much everyone has 2 last hits at the moment. Bottom lane, Amazons have the potential to win this game. I mean win this lane, sorry. Since the Undying Decay is pretty strong. Kyo already down to 340 total HP, which means his Tango is going to regen him quite a bit. And Nikki in the middle lane struggling quite a bit, low in green, low in blue. At least he got Baron's down to pretty low amounts as well. But Baron has that salve. Skyroth's going to have to use that Tango now. Yeah, bottom lane. Ramsey gets first blood and Kyo almost gets Crashby as well. I'm gonna get Crashby, sorry for missing that kill. Middle lane, both mid laners just trying to harass as much as possible. Both of them have the salve now at least, so they shouldn't be dying. And Crashby has to do the walk of shame back to base. She should TP back. And Lapis Lazuli trying to tango herself out, but doesn't quite manage, which means she lost a bit more HP than she would have liked. Baron Biceps really holding onto that salve, not using it until absolutely necessary. Bot lane, AoN harassing the Timbersaw as much as they can. Timbersaw 8.2 HP regen. Just gonna regen all of that back up. Middle lane. Finally forced Baron Biceps to use that salve, but in the meantime Baron got another salve up. So, good job. Good use of regen items by Baron. Both teams trying to contest this stack slash pool as much as they can in the bottom lane, and it seems like Amazon's got the best of the stack since Ramsey didn't manage to get any of the last hits. Middle lane, Earthshaker played very aggressively onto the Skyroth mage, making her as uncomfortable as humanly possible, but not amounting in a kill. Top lane has calmed down quite a bit, as it's only Void and Doom at the moment, but that's gonna change now since Earthshaker's in the top lane. He might try to see if he can get a good block off here and maybe kill the faceless Void. Bottom lane though, despite playing against an Undying, Juggernaut's doing really well with the last hits. Timbersaw not too far behind, 6 last hits behind the Juggernaut. And at the moment Doom's actually leading with last hits, and since it's Doom that means he's probably very far ahead in net worth. 9 mana draining onto the Doom. And some harassment going both ways. Skyroth Mage has mid lane for herself at the moment, as Brand Biceps is taking a stack that his teammates probably stacked for him. And Baron almost has his level 6 now. Skyroth Mage as well. This could be a very strong gank from Earthshaker at the moment. I wonder if Nikki saw the Earthshaker there. Maybe it doesn't seem like she did. This might be a very, I think this is going to be a kill onto the Skyroth. Very good rotations from the supports, and it's like clockwork, honestly. That's why both of the supports got MVPs at the start of the game. Well, it's not MVPs or whatever that's called. Most scary player.
Like hell.
Most successful player. Something like that. Kyo dropping pretty low. He has a healing ward there. Healing ward mango combo, and 2 kills for AoN in the top lane. Sorry for the camera work. For some reason, when I take my mouse to the edge of the screen, it just keeps going, and it makes everything very difficult. So I'm trying my best, but it takes a lot more focus that way. Timbersaw manages to escape, but just gets dragged back in, dropping down to very, very low HP. Is he going to be able to escape with that magic wand charge? I think he might barely be able to, and Kyo might have overextended. At least he has salve and a magic wand, so he does survive. Everyone survives, everyone dropping pretty low.
Double damage.
And Lion barely not able to get into Sentry Ward range, Observer Ward range with his Sentry Ward. Nikki in a pretty bad situation here. Fortunately, Disruptor doesn't have Glimpse, but he does have his Static Field, which should be enough to kill Nikki. Maybe she gets the Roshan deny. She doesn't, as Earthshaker does manage to wall. Okay. Top lane. Seb, extremely tanky. Basically the only thing that can chase him away is Lion's mana drain. A lot of aggressive pings coming through from Earthshaker. They do go on the Faceless Void. Faceless Void should die, yeah? As he does drop pretty low and has the Doom on him. Okay, so they get the kill on the Faceless Void and decide that's not enough. They want to go on the Lion as well. Glimpse is up on Disruptor. Does he decide to use it? He's probably going to use it for the potential TP that might come through from Lion. Lion is trying to run through the tree lines. It's not going to be enough though, as an excellent gank from AoN. Nikki and Burned Biceps dropping very low in the middle lane. Nikki is doing a very good job keeping the Templar Assassin at bay in the mid lane and not letting her spiral completely out of control. And might have forced Templar to use the shrine now. Gonna use the farm that camp first.
Denied.
Yes, he forces Templar to go jungle, giving him free farm. I mean, she forces Templar to go jungle, giving her free farm, sorry. And then... yeah. Well played from Skyroth Mage. Not letting Templar completely spiral. Considering how well the ganks have been going for AoN. And speaking of ganks, Earthshaker ganks bot, they get a gank onto the Timber Soul bot. And Juggernaut ult might be enough to kill the Undying. Undying dropped pretty low, he has his Q again. It helps him to survive a bit longer, but in the end, AoN just has too much damage, and they do manage to get the Timber Soul kill.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Very aggressive ward from Ski Hound. I wonder if Amazons is going to pick up on that ward being placed. Lapis Lazuli, meanwhile. Yeah, they basically can't touch this Doom. Doom literally 1v2 decides to go on the Faceless Void. He's just a little bit too strong, and he's even gonna get the kill. Lion has to try to deny, doesn't get the deny off, and Doom is actually tower diving 2 heroes at the moment. Extremely strong, the tower isn't even touching him. Meanwhile, Earthshaker dies to Nikki in the middle lane. Nikki dropping pretty low, might die as well. Top, Doom does get that kill, and Nikki trying to juke as best she can, and I think it might just be enough, except if Baron Biceps decides to go for the greedy play. He decides not to, as it's not worth it. Very nice juking from Nikki, and also she got the kill onto the Earthshaker, so well played there.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Earthshaker relentless in his aggression, as he immediately after respawning decides to go to the bottom lane. It's 3v2 now for AoN. I would be very careful if I was Amazons in this lane at the moment. Disruptor deciding to TP mid. He has that level 3 glimpse, and it's going to be enough to glimpse the Skyroth Mage back. Skyroth Mage dropping pretty low. Might actually die here. Baron Biceps manages to dodge the Mystic Flame before it gets casted, but that fresh Lion ult gets a kill onto the Templar Assassin. So maybe not expecting the TP from the Lion, and pays the price for it. Faceless Void ult onto the Earthshaker. Not quite enough to kill him just yet, but they might turn onto this Juggernaut who has a healing ward up.
Dyer's top
One of
tower
them might
is under attack.
have to attack it just so
Radiant's
they don't
middle
get
tower
healed.
is under attack.
And they do manage to attack it. Templar Assassin meanwhile in the bottom lane. Earthshaker misses his ult, and I think that should be that for that fight. Juggernaut overextending a bit, Nikki getting the kill onto the Juggernaut. Did Earthshaker miss his ult, or was it just very inflamboyant?
Dyer's top tower is under
Ramzid taking the opportunity to see if he can get some farm mid, get some of those ward monies, and just has to make sure he doesn't overstay. Scarlet might have been able to kill him there, but
Dyer's
decides
top tower
rather
is
not
under
to
attack.
use the mana.
Dyer's top tower has fallen.
Bottom lane, Earthshaker being extremely aggressive 1v3 without his ultimate up, and Doom comes in. He's just going to immediately doom the Timbersaw, which would cue them chasing the Timbersaw and probably killing the Timbersaw as well.
Dyer's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, so did AoN actually overextend here a bit, since Keon is dropping pretty low and there's 4 people here for Amazons. They might actually finally kill this heavy. He does have 17 one charges. He's going to keep running for now, and double kill for Poop Kid. Good job, Amazons, getting those 2 kills and helping them get the game back to even. Ramsey has to make sure he doesn't overextend there, as Amazons are hungry for even more kills. Faceless Void does get the bash on the first hit, which cues Timbersaw to go onto the Disruptor and also get the kill onto the Disruptor. So very nice fight from very nice fight from Amazons there. Ooh, barely not getting the kill onto the Undying, and the Earthshaker dies as well. That's very unfortunate and very well played from Amazons. They get 4 kills, and that's, I think, including the runes, that should be a 2k net worth swing. Unfortunately for them though, AoN should get the bounty runes now, which tips the net worth a bit further into AoN's favor. 7k net worth lead again for AoN. Meanwhile, Amazon's still putting a lot of pressure onto this bottom lane. AoN wants to kill this Faceless Void. Faceless Void does get his jump off, which nets him quite a bit of HP, and he's going to use his ultimate to escape. So defensive ultimate from Faceless Void, and it gets him out. So nice little play there. Unfortunately they have to wait 130 seconds until the next ultimate now, and Lion trying to get some wards down. Ramsey has a very fortunate regeneration rune, which gets his mana back up to full, and they should get this tower, and they are going to try and aggress onto Lapis Lazuli as well. Lapis Lazuli, a bit out of position. So you're always out of position if you play against Disruptor though, and Nikki trying to see if she can avenge her teammate. Not quite able to, and she dies herself. So a very nice play from AoN. Yeah, very good from AoN. They might actually try to go on Crash B as well. Will they actually get 3 kills here? The Glimpse is doing extremely good work. It's obvious to see why the Disruptor is the most successful player at the start of the game, and Doom links onto the Faceless Void. Is he going to be able to get this Faceless Void kill? He should be, as Doomstar has most of the duration. So that's 4 kills in a very short time for AoN. They managed to get 2 towers if they get the bottom tier 2 as well, and that's I think a 4k net worth swing, so that's insane from AoN and very well played. Sorry, it's an 8k net worth swing, it's a 4k net worth game from AoN. And Kyo meanwhile is going to die, and Lapis Lazuli gets the kill. Skarath Mage might be a bit mad that Lapis Lazuli took that kill, since they need all the farm on the carries they can get at the moment. 11k net worth lead for AoN, even though it's only 15-9 the scoreline. Seb still very aggressive, starts to go on Nikki mid and decides, you know what, I just forced a rotation, I'm out. Baron Biceps has a lot of last hits, but Doom being Doom, leading the net worth. Ski Hound wants to go on Nikki, very good wall, does block Nikki in, might actually be a bit mad about that glimpse. And Seb very aggressive onto Nikki, very good ultimate from Disruptor, extremely well played from AoN, and they do get 3 kills. 2 kills just now, and before that they got Undying kill. Glimpse is back off cooldown, it is in range as that thing has ridiculously far range, and that causes them to kill Lion. One of the strongest abilities in the game, Glimpse.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
1-1, 1-1 is Ramzet's score.
Under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen. Dire's middle barracks are under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Middle lane, AoN pushing quite far. They do get racks, so Amazon not able to stop AoN from raxing. And very good ult from Juggernaut. Does the Earthshaker ult also come through? Yeah, the Earthshaker ult does come through. Wombo combo from AoN. Faces Void does manage to kill the Disruptor, but at what cost, as he himself will die. This should be a GG call from Amazon's Fusion. Very well played from AoN, gets the racks and gets the team wipe. All for Disruptor death. Amazon's Fusion respawning in not too much time, but they do decide to call the GG. Very well played, AoN. Good luck next time, Amazon. The net worth graph here, if I have access to it, should show quite a bit of what happened that game. You go to team XP and net worth. Amazons did manage to do a lot better early game where they struggled previous game, but unfortunately the Euro picks that allowed them to do better early game also are the Euro picks that let them lose mid to late game. So I think they might have went a bit too deep into the early game picks, but it's always a difficult balance to get right. Go to player net worth, you'll see Amazons did do a lot better this game, as everyone on AoN was above everyone on Amazons in the previous game. So they did start to adapt, and it was cool to see that they did adapt, but wasn't quite enough this game.